My name is Benjamin Mellefont, and I'm the section leader Clarinet, and I joined the orchestra in January 2016. If I were to recommend a piece of classical music to a first-time listener, it would probably be the Alpine Symphony by Richard Strauss. It's actually one of the first pieces I played with the orchestra, and I think it's just the most overwhelming musical narrative. It's so evocative. It's about an hour long. It's got probably the biggest orchestra in most repertoire, so that's very, very exciting. And it's just a pure musical story, start to finish, and I think that's got so much pull for someone who's never heard how exciting orchestral music can be. The one piece of music I never tire of playing is probably Lamia by Claude Debussy, which means the sea. And it's about just that. It's a very, very vivid orchestral depiction of the sea in 3 parts. And it's just beautiful, and it's masterly, and there's so much in it that it's the kind of piece, I think if I played it 100 times in my life, I still wouldn't kind of find out all about it. If I could go back in time and see any premiere of a piece, it's probably a bit of a cliche, but I would have to say The Rite of Spring by Stravinsky, because I can't think of a piece that is still so shocking, and it's been 103 years since it was premiered. And there are the famous stories of the riots that broke out in the theatre in Paris, and it's just got. We played it a few weeks ago, and it's got elements to it that even when you're playing, you're on the 3rd concert, or you're recording it and you're doing bits over and over again. He just puts in musical ideas that are so raw and shocking, you almost forget that they're coming. And I think that's really the mark of great art. When everything feels fresh every single listen. And I think it would be an incredible atmosphere to experience that piece for the first time. If I was not a musician, I would really, really love to run my own coffee shop, I think. I'm Australian, and what's called third wave coffee culture is very, very important to us, and we take our coffee very, very seriously. And while I was studying in London, I worked as a part-time job in various cafes and markets making coffee, and I absolutely love it because it's something completely different to music. It's really using your body in a very kind of physical, laborious way, but that's very satisfying. And coffee is this sort of blend of science and art when it's done really, really well. And I just really enjoyed the feeling of connecting with customers and getting them excited about coffee. And I think it would be a really rewarding thing to have my own shop. On my MP3 player, I generally have music that is not classical music. Of course, I love classical music, but I do spend a lot of time with it at work, and so it's refreshing to listen to other things. And at the moment, I've got the new Radiohead album, which I'm yet to be impressed by, and I've also got the new James Blake album, which I was really hoping for good things, and I really, really don't like, but I'm trying to give it a go. But there's a fantastic album by a Canadian artist called Jesse Lanza, who's on a London sort of electronic label called Hyperdub, and it's just brilliant, and I think it's worth listening to.